Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm finally doing a Q&A. The last time I did a Q&A was about, I think, in December or so. So we are, midway through the year and it's time for me to do another Q&A. Yes, currently right now I'm away on a job and so I don't have any of my stuff with me to actually show you, stuff that I'm talking about. So I decided to do this instead. So all of these questions came from Instagram. My channel is all about luxury and how to save on your splurges. I'm obsessed with the pre-loved luxury handbag market, and I give all of my tips on the best ways to shop and the best things to buy pre-loved, best ways to save money, to get the most Vuitton for the least money possible. That's my goal, and if you are interested in that, then please hit the subscribe button down below. I do a new video every week. So the first question is from Schmef22. She asks, are you a native Floridian, and when did my love for luxury begin? I am not a native Floridian. I am kind of from all over the place. I talked about that in my about me video. I'll link that in the info cards up here as well as the description box down below. Long story short, I'm from Connecticut and Texas, basically. And when did my love for luxury begin? A fun fact about me is that I hated luxury. I was not interested in luxury at all until I started working for the resale company that I currently work for. That was about 4.5, 5 years ago, and I've always been a secondhand shopper. I loved thrifting. I was super into that for a really, really long time, and I started working with the resale company, not knowing anything about designers at all. I pretty much was, shocked that people would spend, huge money on a used purse. I thought it was insane that someone would spend $300 on a used purse. And sure enough, I started working, started researching, and a year later, I bought my Louis Vuitton Belmont for about $1,500. That's how my love for luxury started. Before that, I was completely uninterested in it, and I actually didn't even like handbags. So yeah. So the next question is from Lulu Leroc. She asks, what would you recommend as a first or second luxury bag? I actually want to do a dedicated video to this topic because I think there's a couple of different things to take into account when you're buying your first few designer bags. Short answer though, I'm gonna say I think I would pick the YSL Kate bag without the tassel, just because it's less money. And the second one, I would pick a type of everyday style tote. I wouldn't do an everyday bag first. I would do an evening bag first and then move over to an everyday bag as your second. So the next question is from SanHug1 on Instagram. And she asks, what is your next luxury bag purchase? I would say I'm pretty much on Ban Island for the moment. I did some damage last year, I think. I added a lot of bags to my collection in 2017, so I kind of want to slow my roll a little bit, but I do have my eye on something. So I did a wish list video at the beginning of the year, I believe, and pretty much I think I've bought up everything that was on it that I think I'm actually gonna get, and the rest of it I think is scrapped. The next bag I really seriously have my eye on is the Givenchy Antigona in the mini size, and I want to get it in the shiny black leather. I don't really have a larger size, a larger, more regular size everyday bag that's black, and I think that's something missing from my collection. I'm starting to wear black a bit more lately. For a while I was doing super whites and super bright colors, and now I'm starting to trend into more black, and I don't really have a lot of black bags. I am obsessed with that bag, and I have been for the last 6 months or so. So the next question is from Sierra Elizabeth 6. She also has a YouTube channel that I will try and link down below if I can remember. She asks, would you rather buy a new handbag or go on a vacation? That's really hard. Okay, I'm gonna say buy a handbag because that's what I'm good at. Planning things and, just being organized is not one of my strong suits. I think that I think my money would be better spent on a handbag because I know I can do that right. Me planning an entire vacation, I think, would be a disaster. Next question is from Trishi Derma Fashion. She says, do you have or want any pets? And I really intended to film this video at home so you could see my baby Shotzi. I have a dog. She's my baby, and her name is Shotzi, and she's a mix of a Vizsla and a Ridgeback or something. I don't really know much about dogs, and she's the first dog that I've ever had, so I don't know anything about dog breeds or anything like that. I just know that she's mine and I love her. Next question is from Eva Lishi. She says, don't you consider that vintage and secondhand stores are increasing their prices on luxury goods, and why? This is a great question. Definitely, I think that I think that vintage and secondhand stores are definitely increasing their prices, and I think it's really dictated by the market. I think that 10 or even 5 years ago, the pre-loved market wasn't what it is today. I think it's become a lot more normalized, but with the handbag resale market, I just think that there are more real buyers. When I say real, I just mean people who are willing to spend more money. I think people are more comfortable spending more amounts of money on pre-loved bags, and that has driven the price up. Whereas I think maybe 10 years ago, spending, you know, $1,500 on a pre-owned Louis Vuitton bag may have been seen as ridiculous. Next question is from IamKey21. Would you ever leave Florida? What's one purchase you regret buying out of all the pieces you own but you won't sell? That's a great question. Do you have any siblings, and are they collectors of luxe pieces as well? Would I ever leave Florida? I mean, ever? I mean, maybe if, you know, we got relocated in some way. I mean, yeah, I guess. I wouldn't want to. It wouldn't be my first choice, but, you know, going to, you know, California, back to New York, or, you know, if we had to do that, then we have to do that. So, yeah, I guess. So, one purchase that I regret buying out of all the pieces I own that I won't sell, honestly, I don't think I have one, because the only bag that I regretted buying was the Celine Nano, and that one I sold. So anything that I'm keeping, anything that I would actually keep, I wouldn't regret buying. The only bag I think that, yeah, I don't think I have one I regret buying other than that one, and I sold it. Do I have any siblings, and are they collectors of luxe pieces? I have a younger sister, and we're 5 years apart, so she's 22, and she's not into, you know, collecting luxury pieces, but neither was I at that age, so I mean, you know, it's whatever. So next question is from Chai Levin Lux. She says, is the Chanel Deauville worth the money? So, is the Chanel Deauville worth the money? Okay, so we got this bag into work a couple of months ago, and it is in very, very, very high demand. Even in Miami, where we at the Bal Harbour store, they do get a lot of good merchandise. Pretty much you can walk in there and ask for anything, you know, within certain parameters, and they will have it in stock, just because it is like such a tourist destination and people will go there to shop Chanel. So they always have a great selection of inventory. But I had never actually, you know, seen and held the Deauville in person. I mean, I'd seen people carrying it, obviously, because, you know, it's a perfect Miami bag. To be able to, like, actually get one and, you know, play with it and inspect it, I had never been able to do that. So when I saw it for the first time, I have to say I was a little underwhelmed, honestly. I think the bag retails at about $3,200, and I'm gonna research this and put the price hopefully down here. At that price point, for me personally, I mean, I think the bag is great. I think it's beautiful, and if you remember, it was on my wish list for a time. But I think that for me, at least, $3,200 would be better suited towards other bags. So for $3,000, I would rather try to find like I would rather put that towards like a pre-owned, you know, single flap instead. But that's because of where I am in my collection necessarily. Do I think it's worth it for other people? I mean, that's a decision everyone makes for themselves, but I didn't love the bag when I actually got to see it. The first thing I didn't like about it was that I love structured bags, and that bag has no structure whatsoever. It's very slouchy and it's all canvas, and it really, for some reason, even though you guys know I hate leather, it bothered me that there is almost no leather on that bag. The long woven chain, obviously I'm talking about the, you know, larger regular size one, but the longer woven chain was woven with fabric, and for $3,000, I think that's just ridiculous. I don't know. But the bag is beautiful. I love it. It's such a great, like, you know, everyday beach bag. It fits a bunch of stuff, and I think that now people are using base shapers and purse organizers for them. I think it's great. Also, I did find my denim Chanel bag that I'll leave a photo of right here because I don't have it with me, but my denim Chanel bag I think is a great dupe for that bag. It sort of makes me feel like I have a Deauville without having a Deauville, and I personally like it a lot better because it does retain its structure. So yeah, I'm gonna say for me, the Deauville is not worth the money, but it's gorgeous. One really great upside about that bag is the fact that it really does hold its value. My last video was all about bags not holding their value, and this one does. So I think this is definitely an anomaly, but when we got it into work, our client wanted a whole bunch of money for it. She pretty much wanted full retail back, and I was, you know, prepared to just let it sit there because, like, why would you do that? But we sold that bag for I think like almost $1,000 above retail. And while normally that is not something that I would do, that's not something that I would I don't like to sell things over retail, but you really, when you're in business, when resale is your business, you have to make business decisions. And yeah, I just let the market dictate pricing, and someone really bought that bag for $4,000. I wouldn't have done it. I'm not recommending you guys do it, but if you want to buy a bag, they definitely are reselling for very, very close to their retail price. For now, at least they are. I can't say 5 years from now that's going to be the case, which is why handbags are not a great investment. I think that is the major upside of the bag. But for me, that's not a reason to buy it, because I buy handbags to have, not to resell. Okay, so next question is from, I'm going to put your name down here because I know I'm going to butcher that. I'm so sorry. She asked, do you work out or have a healthy meal plan to stay slim? Also, could you do a what fits in the LV St. Cloud? So in my last Q&A video, I did a what fits in the Louis Vuitton St. Cloud, and I'll leave a link to that up here. So basically it fits my everyday essentials. Like, it'll fit a mini pochette, it'll fit my Rabat clay wallet, which is my mini wallet you guys have seen, and my keys, my phone, maybe a couple of other smaller little things, maybe a little notebook, and that's about it. I did a bags build on Instagram that I will try to put right here, and that's everything that fits inside. But if you want to see a little bit more in depth, then check the video that I just put in the info cards. Also, the last question was, do you work out or have a healthy meal plan to stay slim? And I really hate answering this question because no, I do not. I do love working out, but I don't get to because pretty much I can't sweat because it ruins my hair, and I always keep my hair straight for work. And as far as my eating habits go, I'm very, very grateful because I don't feel like I deserve this at all. I do try to not keep bread and junk food in the house, but I go out to eat junk food, and I know that, you know, it's going to catch up with me one day probably, but I don't have any type of real meal plan. I do love eating ceviche, and I try to eat as little like bread and stuff as possible, but just generally speaking, like right now at least, I don't have one. And I love working out. I love yoga, and I love spin. I just haven't had time to work out for the past like year, basically. So do not follow my lead on this. That was my Q&A video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I plan on doing these, I think, once every couple of months. I really enjoyed doing this and interacting with you guys. There weren't a lot of questions here, but I just wanted this to be pretty quick and I couldn't get to everything, so sorry about that. And like I said, I'll do one in a couple of months again. Yes, so if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload. I try to keep it to once a week, but my schedule has been really hectic. As you can see, I'm not in my house right now, so my next few videos may be delayed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!